the old Jews and old rules. New blacks with new stacks. I already been the king. Retroact, I'm just bringing it back like Joe and Pax. New money, they looking down on me.
The size of the Muslim American population is difficult to measure exactly, as the U.S. Census does not track religious affiliation. However, the Pew Research Center for U.S. Politics and Policy reported in 2011 that the majority of Muslims living in the United States are of the immigrant population, originating from at least 77 different countries. The same survey reports that Muslim women have an average of 2.8 children each in the United States, meaning that there is now a young generation of Muslim Americans who were born and raised in our Western culture. For women in the U.S., one aspect of the Muslim religion is the decision whether or not to cover their head with a headscarf, also known as a hijab. While the hijab has religious sentiments, its meanings have stretched far beyond spirituality. Influenced by politics and social changes, the hijab reflects the eclectic lifestyles and beliefs of the women who embrace it. Unfortunately, the media doesn't always tell us this. The hijab has been popularly construed in Western society as a symbol of oppression. According to Gallup polls taken in 2007 and 2008, many Western women see Muslim women as needing to be liberated, but the majority of Muslim women polled did not feel the same way. Even for women who are wearing the hijab for religious reasons, ultimately it is a decision rooted in the beliefs of the individual.
I am sick and tired of people bashing on Muslim women for choosing on their own free will to wear the hijab. People who say that the hijab is oppressive and misogynistic inherently are completely misunderstanding the issue.
Hijab is a woman's choice. It never has been and never will be a man's decision. Nye Armstrong, Becca Shamisa, and Amaleh Youssef are all second-generation immigrants born in the United States.
Hijab is a personal choice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's not what our media says or portrays, and really the majority of people who are non-Muslim don't realize that when you see a woman wearing hijab, more often than not, it's because she chooses to do so.
I think Muslim women are empowered, they're not oppressed, and that's a stereotype that I think we're going to be fighting for a long time, and the only thing that is oppressing us is those who are saying that we're being oppressed, and whereas I feel strong, I feel the strength when I wear hijab and walk out every day wearing it. It's just a remembrance that I am Muslim, and I am proud to be Muslim.
I do not believe that the hair in itself is that important. This is not about protection from men's lusts. It is me telling the world my femininity is not available for public consumption. I am taking control of it, and I don't want to be a part of a system that reduces and demeans women. The hijab has liberated me from society's expectations of women. Nadia Takolia.
People look at these women with their headscarves and think, God, the poor woman is a victim of a backwards and misogynistic culture that's oppressing their women and forcing them to cover up. But really, when a woman chooses of her own free will to wear a hijab, it's an act of feminism.
It is a popular misconception that women who wear hijab cannot hold feminist beliefs. The media often intertwines oppression with wearing of the hijab, but these stereotypes have been consistently refuted by Muslim feminists.
For me, I feel ever since I started wearing hijab, I've become more of a feminist and more sort of on this sort of crusade for women.
For example, Amber Rahman said, "The day I decided to wear my scarf was the day I accepted I was a feminist. I realized the world judged me no matter what I did, so I better do what I feel is right."
So what is feminism to you? Like,
To
what do
me,
you think of it as?
As a woman being empowered to be herself, to the root of her nature. And I think if you're true to that fact, you're a feminist.
In stark contrast to the commodified images of female beauty plastered on billboards, magazine covers, and the internet, Vaeth believes that wearing the hijab internalizes a woman's beauty. Her choice to cover forces her to pay attention to things that are of more importance, an experience she finds both challenging and humbling.
And I just feel that it's my duty as a Muslim woman and as an American woman to express who I am. And I am not going to stay silent, and I'm not going to listen to those stereotypes that lie within the social media. And yeah, I feel that the hijab is a beautiful thing.
A lack of knowledge about another culture is often the root of prejudice and judgment. Through social involvement, Muslim women have been working to reverse stereotypical views surrounding the hijab. The hijab is meant to represent modesty and dignity, and it aims to communicate that a woman is more than her looks and body. It is a piece of clothing that urges a lack of judgment of women by physical looks, but instead promotes focusing on character and intelligence.
A woman who wears a hijab to me is badass. She's brave, she thinks for herself, and she's a feminist.
Yeah.